Hey guys, Liliana here. I'm going to go ahead and do a read for you guys. I've got the tarot here that we'll go ahead and shuffle and get out messages for the collective. Thank you, guides, angels, divine beings of loving light. Thank you for your love. We thank you for your messages of love, compassion, and abundance for us all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Watakai shiragura ki ayana kashana koshi kiti ayana. Kai shano koshi kiti ayana kashana koi e ayana. Kai shakota ki ayana kashana koshi kiti ayana kashana koi ayana kashi kiti. So you're coming out as the Queen of Cups, and this is an emotionally intelligent woman. You're really connected to your heart space and your emotions, and you have a lot of empathy for others. So you're standing in your queen energy now, guys. Let's see what else Spirit wants to bring messages for us, right? We've got the 8 of Swords, and that's being trapped, like in the mental body. So, in the past, you may have been really trapped with your emotions and felt like that they were a burden at times. But, this past year, this past 2 years has really kind of helped you to go within a lot more and recognize your own strength and your own power and, honestly, how truly amazing you are, right? So, you've let these past versions of yourselves go, and you're letting this past version that others held of you go too as well, because you've realized and recognized no one can tell you who you are, right? So that you are created to be here and have just as much a divine purpose as anyone else. We've got this 2 of Cups energy coming out, and that is working, with a loved one. This could be a friend, it could be a new romance, it could just be renewing of energies between an already, romantic partnership. But this, is really a lot of harmony that you're bringing in now. So you've released that fear from the past and those trappings of your mind, those lower vibrational energies, and you're really recognizing your power, right? Yeah, we've got the King of Swords coming out. So you're knowing your truth. You're coming out as the King of Swords, or this could be another person coming in with some truth to you as well. Because right on the back of that, we've got the Knight of Wands. So this Knight of Wands is a lot of passion, a lot of excitable energy, and just really kind of going out of their way, to get to something, right? So you've got this King of Swords that's bringing in this passion, right? And whether that's yourself, living in your truth and speaking in your truth and speaking it with passion, right? Perhaps you have had challenges with your throat chakra, 333 on the timer when I looked up, and now you've realized and recognized that your voice now is just as important as others' voices are too, right? Because you realize and recognize, looking out into the collective, out into the 3D timelines, there's all this chaos and turmoil, which, that is a space that you have worked very diligently to get out of. You have worked very diligently to get into this queen energy, right? To master your energy and to know that you are the gift, right? That you no longer, resonate with those lower timelines. We got Santa Claus. You are the gift, right? So, and you're learning with this, to allow your emotions to process. You know that you're working from a higher emotional level now. So, you're not going to be living in these past timelines, right? So, and you're releasing control over what it was that you thought you wanted to bring in. You have an idea, but ultimately, Spirit, the Holy Spirit, God, Creator, you know, has a even higher timeline for you, greater abundance and joy. You know, it's just when we release control and surrender, which we can bring in the blessings and the fruit from that, right? That's when spirit starts moving towards you. 511 on the timer when I just looked up. We'll get the bottom of the deck. Yeah, we've got the Nine of Pentacles. You're working well independently. You know your value, you know, and you're bringing in that value, right? You're moving out of that feeling trapped into more and more abundance, having a thriving business, a thriving community, a thriving, happy family and home, right? You know, and you've realized that you pretty much, you know, are the maker of all of that, right? You can create it whether it is dense energy for you, lower vibrations, or whether it's the high vibrations for you, right? So, and you're balancing those emotions out, and you are becoming, you know, the queen and, you know, the king as well, right? Because this Nine of Pentacles is independence. So you've got that coin, you've got the ability to do it all now, right? So let's go ahead and see what the Psychic Tarot has for us. Shakati Ayana, Kashanakoti Ayana. Patience, right? You know, you've worked through patiently a lot of this past trauma, and you are moving into a much more fertile time and fertile beginnings, right? Fertile life, a healthy, happy, you know, root system. You're feeling fully grounded now, when in the past you weren't feeling that much, So you're moving out of those spaces and moving into your heart space, right? And realizing and recognizing that you can do so much more when you are working from a balanced heart chakra, right? So, guys, let's go ahead and get one more message from the Psychic Tarot. We got a couple in the past. You know, you were surrounded by a lot of deception and a lot of envy. These people from the past, they were not really for you. They were always for themselves, right? Instead of the greater good. But you have definitely triumphed over your past. So, all right, guys, we've got the bottom of the deck. Yes, you're finally finding the balance between the masculine and the feminine energies within and without, and realizing and recognizing, you know, that, you know, living in that balanced state is, you know, actually a blessing for you, right? A big blessing, because that's what's going to help move everything in to and for you. So just a quick shout out from the dragons. Let's see what they have, what message they have for us today. Angels, guides, divine beings of love and light. We thank you, dragons, for messages of love, light, and abundance. One more shuffle. My table is wobbly, so anytime I touch it, it just shakes all over the place, and that's okay. We're still getting the message out, right? So yes, you are becoming more and more grounded into your truth, and your earth chalice has shown up. So you are actually moving and working here in the 3D elements a lot better and a lot more so than what you were before. Perhaps you weren't as grounded before, but you've realized and recognized your worth, your value, and you're going to go ahead and bring that out of the ethers and into and onto Mother Earth, Mother Gaia, right? So we got one more message, divine order. Yes, everything is in divine order. It is all showing up for you. And just remember to focus on your heart chakra and the chakra, you know, of love, right? So the heart chakra, embody, you know, the truth of who you are, and that is love. You know, and we've got scars on the bottom, and the more that we can move into that space of love and abundance, and knowing that creator is for us, that creation is for us, that our higher selves are for us, then we can release those scars of the past. So guys, so much love. Peace out. I'll see you on the flip side. Mwah.